This video is sponsored by Nintendo.
Today I'm back at the barn and I have something pretty cool in store for y'all today. So some of y'all might know that there's two different types of riding. There's English and Western, and I do English. English, there's multiple versions of competition. There's dressage, equitation, hunters, and jumpers, and I am a hunter jumper. Western riding, on the other hand, is completely different. There's different tack, and y'all might think of like cowgirl, cowboy, barrel racing, rodeos, and they have so many other kinds of competitions in Western. So today, I'm gonna get a taste for Western riding. I'm here with my parents and my friend Zach, who does Western riding. He's gonna teach me some of the things they do, and I'm kind of thinking I'll like it. I'm not 100% sure though, but I'm really excited to try it.
That's right, I'm here with Addie. I'm excited to see her try Western riding. I think she might get some cool like lasso skills going. I don't know what to expect. What inspired you, Addie, to try Western riding today?
Well, there's a brand new game on the Nintendo Switch called Princess Peach Showtime.
That's right, and in this new game, Princess Peach and some little toads are about to enjoy a show at the Sparkle Theater. However, the wicked Grape and the Sour Bunch mess everything up. So Princess Peach has to come to the rescue. And in this game, Princess Peach makes some pretty incredible transformations.
That's right, take a look at some incredible gameplay from the new Princess Peach Showtime. Oh my gosh.
You can see Princess Peach is in a Western town right now, which is pretty cool.
Here comes the coolest part where you get to see Princess Peach's transformation.
Howdy there.
It's Cowgirl Peach.
Now we get to see some cool skills in the gameplay. Cowgirl Peach is gonna use that lasso and she's got skill.
Oh, check that out.
Pretty cool.
And here comes a horse. She's gonna get on the horse. And that was just a little snippet of Princess Peach Showtime. And River and I here are going to be inspired by her today to embrace our inner cowgirls.
We saw Princess Peach transform from Princess Peach to Cowgirl Peach. So Addie's got to make a transformation today too, because she is currently dressed in all of that cool English gear, but that's not going to work for Western riding. So Addie, why don't you tell us what you're wearing exactly when you're wearing like your English riding gear?
my outfit today is what I typically wear for a riding competition. And I have a show coat on top of my white show shirt underneath. And then I have the tan breeches and some riding boots.
Princess Peach, or I should say Cowgirl Peach, was wearing something totally different. She had the Western vibe on. She had the cowgirl hat. She had some jeans, some chaps, some nice leather. She looked pretty cool. So we got to transform Addy from the cool English riding look to her own version of a Cowgirl Peach inspired Western look.
This is my English look. And this is my Western look. I have a cowgirl hat and it's like bedazzled, it has beads on it. I have the classic plaid shirt. I got a belt. It's not a rodeo belt, but it's a belt. Got the jeans and the boots.
Woo, you look the part, girly.
Thank you.
Addy's transformation looks fabulous, just like Princess Peach's transformation to Cowgirl Peach looked pretty fabulous too. Now the reason for her transformation from Princess Peach to Cowgirl Peach is that there are multiple shows going on at the Sparkle Theater in this game, and she has to take the stage at each of these shows. She has to have the skills, the abilities, and the right feel to take the stage at that show. And for one particular show, she's Cowgirl Peach. She's Mermaid Peach in another show. She's Sword Fighter Peach in another. A lot of incredible transformations. All right, Cowgirl Addy, are you ready to go?
Yeah, yeehaw! So I have my friend Zach with me today, and he's the one who does Western riding, so he's gonna teach me a bunch of Western riding today, and he's already shown me a bunch of how the differences in the tack. And one thing I've noticed is that the saddles in Western riding are so much heavier than English riding. This is the size comparison of an English saddle to a Western saddle, and I'd say this thing weighs maybe 15, 20 pounds, and how much do you think yours weighs?
I'd say about 35 to 40 pounds.
So Zach's getting Katie tacked up because I'm riding Katie, he's riding another horse, Honey, but I have no clue how to do any of this. So I mean, immediately you can see the difference between like Western and English saddles. Like the type of saddle pad is so thick compared to English. So in English we'd use like a saddle pad and a half pad to add more extra cushion, but this is just one and it's like that thick. I'm already learning some of the terminology, and this is a fender. Instead, we just have like our stirrup leathers, and instead of a girth, we have a cinch and a back cinch.
You don't have a back cinch.
Yeah, this is extra because apparently when you're it helps keep the saddle on instead of like flying forward when you stop. Oh, I can already see the reins are very different from English.
They're used for one-handed riding, which most Western sport is one-handed riding.
So Zach, you're pretty experienced in Western riding. What all do you do?
So I do team roping, reining, cow work, trail, pleasure, and ranch riding.
So normally for English riding, we have mounting blocks that we mount on, but in Western, apparently you don't have that, you just mount from the ground. So Zach's about to mount from the ground, and now I am too. So we'll see how this goes. I've only done it a few times. He made that look way too easy. Okay.
Oh, you did it!
Yay.
Good job, Addy. Addy and Zach are letting the horses warm up a little bit. Apparently Honey can be a little bit spicy at times. Honey is the horse that Zach is riding, so they're letting them get some energy out before we learn some Western riding skills. One big difference I've noticed between English and Western riding is that in English riding you generally wear a helmet, but in Western riding you don't. You generally wear cowboy hats, and we can actually see that in Princess Peach Showtime. Cowgirl Peach has a really stylish cowgirl hat on. Addy is wearing a helmet today just to be a little extra cautious and safe.
It's just such a different style, the way they kind of ride the horses and balance. Like comparing Addy to Zach.
Apparently in Western riding, you don't post-trot. In English, you normally do post-trot, except for when you're doing like equitation.
So what is post-trot?
Post-trotting is like getting up and down like out of your saddle.
Okay.
But you don't do that in Western, you just have to sit back.
So how are you supposed to ride, Zach? Like what do you?
So it's sitting back more, so you're not as much on the horse's withers and shoulders. You're sitting more back in the middle. They're like right about here in their back, you're sitting on your pockets.
Cowgirl Peach made this look way easier than it actually is. This is really hard. In English riding, we always have 2 hands on the reins, but I've noticed Zach only has 1 hand on the rein. So why is that?
So these horses are taught from a young age to respond to pressure along their neck, called neck reining. And then they're also taught to respond to the pressure at their sides with our spurs to go the direction that we're telling them with the spur. I tell her we're gonna go this way, and I turn my foot out like this and take the pressure off of my left foot and rake that spur. She spins around.
All right, Addy, do it.
I don't even think Katie can do that.
I forgot.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Okay.
Well, I don't think Addy's going to be lassoing or roping any cows today. That's probably something a little bit more advanced than she's able to do at this point. But Cowgirl Peach had some pretty cool roping skills. She was getting those barrels pretty successfully. Addy's learned so much about Western riding today. Now she and Zach are just heading out to a field in the back of the property, and they're just gonna have some fun riding and put some of the skills that she just learned to use.
Y'all, he makes this look way easier than it really is. I mean, he's on his college team. He makes it look so easy. I can't do this. I've been riding for 5 years in English. I've established so many habits that I can't do in Western. That was so much fun. I'm so thankful for Zach to come out and teach me some Western tricks, and for Cowgirl Peach to actually inspire me to do this. Though it's completely different from English riding, and the muscle memory, it just like trips my brain up. So I think I'm gonna stick to English riding, but that was a lot of fun. Katie was such a good girl, so before I turn her out fully, I'm gonna give her some horse treats we made at home on a tic-tac-toe video. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure to go check it out. Is it good? Oh, she's going back. Oh my gosh. You like those, don't you?
Be sure to check out the Princess Peach Showtime game available for the Nintendo Switch system. This video is sponsored by Nintendo.